The conditions are perfect here in the big house in Ann Arbor, Michigan for a little running and thumping. And an eager and enthusiastic head coach for the Colorado team, Rick Neuheisel, said he wants to play this football game on a 60-yard field. He believes field position is key. He also said with one game under their belt, they're going to be more likely offensively to take more chances once he crosses the 40-yard line. Now, a very relaxed and joking Lloyd Carr on the field before the game, he understands they've got a one-game advantage. He says he stressed that to his football team all during the preseason. He said when he comes out here, he wants them not to make the kinds of mistakes that will hurt them. And he said this, Keith, he feels much more comfortable with an inexperienced offensive line because his skilled people have the experience he thinks is necessary to get them a victory. Keith?
All right, Swanee, we're ready to go. 136 consecutive home crowds of more than 100,000 at Michigan today. And the sun is out still, warming up the countryside. It's been a kind of a cool, gray week. But it's certainly a festive moment as the ball is in the air. And the kick by Jay Feely goes beyond the field of play. And Colorado will come out to the 20 for a first down. The chilly starting lineup for the Colorado Buffaloes. The offense can throw, but they need some run. The offensive line, 310-pound tackle Mel Thomas, the leader. Receivers, they don't have the speed of last year's group, but Savoy and Cheverini is solid. The backs, John Hessler carries a gun at quarterback, but as I said, they don't have that big running back. Herschel Troutman will open in there at the tailback spot, and it probably will be a single back much of the day for Colorado, though you will see them at times in a split and at times in a power eye. The first play of the game is given to Troutman. He finds daylight over the left side, and he moves the football out to about the 27-yard line. The Michigan defense, new coordinator there, Jim Herman, good pressure people up front, but they were split that time. Eric Mays is a co-captain at linebacker, good young people here in reserve. Number 2, Charles Woodson, the main man in the secondary, but there are a lot of young people there too, especially in the backup roles. The front liners in the secondary are all veterans. It'll be second down and call it 2 for the Colorado Buffaloes. And Hessler's first pass of the day is away, and it is incomplete. Hessler was teetotaled by the pressure from up front. It was the Andre Weathers coming from the outside to get the quarterback, and the ball went off the hands of Savoy, the intended receiver.
Yep. Now the game is on, Keith. Michigan had their nickel package in. They had a corner blitz. If that ball is caught, there was some room to run in the secondary.
Yeah, he might still be running all the way to Flint. He had a lot of room.
I think the pressure of Weathers on Hessler forced him to throw it a little bit high.
So it'll be third down and 2 for the Buffaloes, and they come wide to the bottom of the picture. Savoy is down there, and it is a little dump off to the right side intended for Troutman out of the backfield. But again, the Michigan pressure caused him to release the ball a little far away from his target. And so Michigan's defense does the job. Now Charles Woodson will go back upfield onto the punt. Nick Peach will come in. He is a sophomore out of Seattle, Washington, for his first punt of the day. Woodson is standing just beyond the 30-yard line, and Peach should hit this around the 16. Now Michigan gets the 11th man on the field, and the kick is away. It's a shank off the side of the foot and takes a Michigan bounce. It goes all the way inside the 45 and is finally downed at the Colorado 44. Not a good kick. The net is only 16 yards. The chilly starting lineup for the Michigan Wolverines. The offensive front, there have been more moves here than a 12-hour chess game. It's talented, but it's young. The receivers, a position of strength among the starters. The reserves, young. The backs, a good blend here of experience, and there's depth in the backfield. The Colorado defense, there's great speed here. Great foot speed on the Colorado defense. So Brian Griese comes out, number 14, a fifth-year senior. He worked and waited and now finally gets the starting call in the opening game of the 1997 season. Shaw is in motion. They'll run it with number 8, Chris Howard. And Howard, the bigger of the backs at 216 pounds, will get the ball maybe about a 2-yard pickup on it. The defense Along the front, it's very good for Colorado, especially the tackles Olson and Mau Mau. The linebackers, Navies is a destroyer. He ain't a cruiser, he's a destroyer. Murkison is the big strong man, and the secondary, the safeties are tough guys against the run, but they can be had by the pass. You got Trips at the top of the screen. Bree wide out. And Greasy back for his first pass. Goes the other way. Complete to Howard. Howard getting a convoy down the field for a first down. At the Colorado 33-yard line. Marcus Washington, the boundary corner, made the tackle for Colorado.
Michigan goes to 4 wide receivers. The Buffaloes come with their nickel package. They want to get into it. It's a screen play. Howard makes enough good moves to get up for a first down.
Put it on the 34-yard line. We had to put cotton gloves on Bob Greasy so he could hold his pencil. His palms are so wet. From the 34, first down. Double wide, top of the picture. And they go back to Howard again, and this time the Buffaloes are waiting for him. Stepping in to fill the hole is the tall, skinny guy who's tougher than a doorknob. Mike Phillips, 6'3", 220, out of Marrero, Louisiana.
Phillips is filling in for a pretty good middle linebacker. Matt Russell from last year won the Butkus Award as the best linebacker in the country. Mike Phillips, not the same style, can run better, but doesn't have the bulk. So Michigan will probably try to run inside of him a little bit more today.
Those two tackles in the middle, though, Mau Mau and Olson, boy, they're good.
Yes, they are.
Second down and call it 10. Greasy back, throws underneath. They're trying to set up a wide receiver screen inside. Ty Streets will work his way down to the 29. That's a pickup of 5 yards. And the tackle from Sutter, Ryan Sutter, number 36, and Ryan Black, number 6. They are the safeties, and they will come up and put a hat on you.
Michigan offensive line, Keith, has gone through a major change from last year. 4 new starters. Hutchinson, Frazier, Zeman, and Bax are all new starters this year.
Ben Kelly has come onto the field now as they go for a nickel package. No, he comes in to replace Ryan Black in an obvious passing circumstance. Greasy back, lets it go underneath. The pass is thrown hard, caught, and it is short of the first down. Chris Howard caught it right in front of Ryan Sutter, and now Michigan will have a decision. It'll be 4th down.
Well, the question is it too long for a field goal, Keith? As you take a look, the pass protection is very good. Offensive line doing well early in the ball game.
Craig Baker has come out on the field with his kicking tee, so he's going to try one. They'll put it down just short of the 35, so it'll be a 45-yard field goal try. Brian Greasy holds it. The kick is up. And no good. Hooked it off to the left. And so the Wolverines are unable to penetrate the 25, and they come away empty. So they've each had a possession, and there's no score. Well, we've gone through the first series, and both quarterbacks have been able to catch all the snaps so far. So that's a good beginning, believe me.
I was talking with John Hessler on the field yesterday, and a nice young man, 5th-year senior. He had 8 starts in 95, didn't hardly play last year, was kind of inactive, Keith. Only had 25 pass attempts last year, so getting back into the swing of things this year.
They come out with a double tight end alignment. Hessler goes down the middle with it, and the ball is deflected. It's incomplete. Intended for Cheverini. His coach, Rick Neuheisel, says this of number 7, John Hessler.
He's extremely tough, both physically and mentally, and it reminds me of Aikman in that respect. In that, Troy would come out of every game with his cut chin, and it wasn't so much that he was not complaining about it, but it was the idea that there he was with his blood all over him, and his offensive lineman realized he was in the trenches too, and Hessler's a lot like that.
You do need those big uglies believing in you. They hand the ball inside, and the pressure is there. Coming through is number 56 for 26, Eric Mays, to make the tackle. Mays is a co-captain linebacker, and he stepped into the hole, and he repped him.
He's a great story, Keith. He came as a walk-on, been a special teams player the last 2 or 3 years, and was voted captain, as you mentioned, which is a big honor here at the University of Michigan.
So there's a loss on the play of 3 yards, 3rd down and 13. 3 wide out to the top of your picture. Hessler's back, and he's looking at it. And he gets it away big. He's got Woodson over there, and coverage is intercepted. They challenged Charles Woodson. He put too much air under the ball, and Woodson intercepted it, intended for Chiaverini.
Well, we talked about Woodson. Woodson's on Chiaverini. He fakes his bump and run, drops back. It's a zone coverage. John threw the ball late. Hessler gets the ball, as you mentioned. It's hanging, and this is not good. Woodson has inside position, boxes his man out, and has enough ability to get up and catch the ball.
I'm a little surprised Chiaverini didn't at least put a chop or something on him, trying to knock it loose, but he couldn't reach it.
Yeah, foul him. Interfere with it.
Doesn't matter. It's better than having it on the 45-yard line. Greasy rolls out. He's got a man, Truman, wide open, the tight end. And Truman is rumbling down the sideline to about the 2. Caught from behind by Ryan Sutter. Oh, Jeremy, you'll get a ragging for weeks about that. The play goes for 53 yards.
Michigan likes to go to 2 tight ends. Here's the tight end. He's going to come across as the fake is made. Watches the tight end on the left side is going to sneak across. Right there, number 80, wide open. If the ball's thrown a little bit further, he could have maybe taken this into the end zone. This is a nice play by Sutter to save the touchdown.
Howard. Murkison got him high. Southard low. Mau's in the middle, and he didn't score. But he did move it down to the 1-yard line, where it is 2nd down and goal. 53-yard pass run play. Greasy to Jeremy Truman. And Lord of mercy, he got caught from behind. Floyd, touchdown. Point try now from Craig Baker.
Craig Baker will attempt the extra point.
It's good. At 9:28 to play in the first quarter. Floyd has just scored his first career touchdown. Michigan 7-0. The Michigan Wolverines go to the lead by a score of 7-0. The interception by Woodson, a 53-yard pass run play. Greasy to Truman. Chris Floyd stuck into the end zone. And now Jay Feely will kick it off. Waiting is Marlon Barnes for Colorado along with Ben Kelly. Feely's first kick today was beyond the end zone. This is high, and it is 5 yards deep, and Barnes coming out. And he gets to the 19-yard line, and that'll do it.
Let's go back and take a look at the key play on the previous possession by Colorado. I'm sure that the Buffs don't want to throw a lot of balls Woodson's way, but this is one that they threw. 10 interceptions in his career. That was his 11th. He has started every game since he's been at the University of Michigan, Keith. 24 straight starts, freshman, sophomore, now his junior year.
You can't hang it up in the wind like that one and expect to take it home with you.
I'm sure they're not going to try to avoid him all the time.
You got to put some mustard on it when you throw it over there.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Colorado at the 19. It's Trotman. And not much doing there. You know, the Michigan defense is a little more aggressive than you may have seen it in the past, because one of those up there tight and in close and involved had come all the way up out of the backfield, Marcus Ray. So There are a lot of different ideas that you're going to see before this day is done from both sides of the ball. Here's Swanee. I'm sorry. Here's John Saunders.
All right, Keith, thanks a lot. You know, NC State started with consecutive road wins this season. The first time they've done that since 1968. Tremaine Stevens takes this one in against Clemson. 5 yards, and it's 7-0. Meanwhile, West Virginia has a touchdown from Amos Zaraway, one of the guys Todd talked about earlier, and they lead Boston College 10-0. Keith.
That North Carolina State's becoming quite a story.
Talk about a surprise team early in the year. NC State gets my vote.
Aaron Wade had to come off the field for Colorado. Hessler back to throw. Throws. Pass is caught by Chris Anderson. Anderson's a big guy at 6'4", 215 pounds from LaPorte, Texas. He's going to move the chains for the Buffaloes as he makes that catch at the 33-yard line in front of William Peterson. Peterson is one of the precocious freshmen that'll be playing a lot this season. There are a lot of freshmen on both rosters, but particularly true freshmen on the Michigan roster.
More than I can ever remember, Keith. At Michigan, they always have said, well, we're going to redshirt all the true freshmen. There are 5 or 6 that may play in this game today.
Troutman is your deep man. Hessler back. Goes into the middle. The ball is thrown high and hard and could not pull it down. It was intended for Tennyson McCarty. Coming up next, America's biggest road show rolls on. Live regional action beginning at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. Many of you will see Ron Paulus leading Notre Dame at Purdue, Ricky Williams in Texas against UCLA, Maryland, Florida State. Check your local listings for the game on your ABC station or the games available from your cable operator. And if he doesn't have what you want, give him the business. On the 33, first down for the Buffaloes. Blitz coming. Down on the 30. Troutman never had a chance. Marcus Ray coming out of the secondary again. A safety blitzing on the play.
Jim Herman, the defensive coordinator, mixing it up very nicely. Here's Marcus Ray. He's a strong safety. Watches the hole will open up. The lineman will part. The offensive lineman block, and Ray gets in there. Nice disguise by the defense. If you just can't get up there and show Hessler, he'll check it off every time and beat you. You got to disguise it, move up at the right time, and then get across the line of scrimmage. Hessler only 1 out of 6 for 10 yards and an interception.
The Buffaloes have played a game. They played Colorado State and won by 10 last week. This is Michigan's opener. Pressure coming again to pass away in a hurry. Goes to Troutman out of the backfield. The Wolverines just eat it up. Charles Woodson came that time.
Woodson is now the nickelback. He slid inside, comes unabated. Hessler feels the pressure. Nice job of getting it to his screening back. But tell you, Keith, the more times you get knocked down, I mean, he's a tough kid. We all know that. But, you know, he'll throw the ball a little quicker the next time, maybe.
It's important to put that quarterback on his back. Charles Woodson is waiting for the punt from Nick Peach. His first one was an 18-yarder. A little better this time. High hanger, and Woodson calls for the fair catch back at the 32-yard line, where Michigan will have it first down.
We talk about big players, impact players. Charles Woodson is one of them. He is the best defensive back coming back. This is last year's numbers. They didn't throw a lot at him, so he didn't get many pass breakups, only 5 interceptions. First team All-American offense. Every time he touched the ball, he averaged 16 yards, and he's going to do more special teams this year.
Says he's in better shape and stronger than he's ever been in his life.
I don't blame Carr for wanting to use him more.
Handoff inside Chris Floyd. Chris Floyd is 231-pound running back.
Chris Floyd.
Big and strong, and Michigan would love to just sit in there and hunker down and root you around and get a lead on you. And
well, that's right.
Beat you to death.
They want to run the ball. Chris Floyd, the fullback, doesn't get a lot of carries. They give it to him every now and then to keep him happy, but he is a blocker. And a darn good blocker.
You've got a running back, Clarence Williams, up there in the slot position as a wideout right now, so he's a tailback. When he gets it, he knows what to do with it. Greasy throws behind Russell Shaw. He had Shaw available in front of the defender, but he didn't deliver it to him. Ryan Sutter was covering the boundary. There was pressure coming from Hannibal Navies, number 8 for Colorado. He's worth keeping your eye on when you have a chance to watch him, because he's 6'3", 245 pounds, and he is a dynamite linebacker.
and beside all that, he runs the 40 in about 4.4. He is quick.
All right, Colorado making defensive changes, trying to match up with Michigan's offense. Wolverines have 3 wideouts. They hand it inside. It goes to Chris Howard. And Chris Howard is taken down with some suddenness at the 36-yard line.
A 3rd and 8, a very conservative call. Michigan has done this in the past, Keith. They're playing defense. They're playing their strong suit and don't make any mistakes on offense. And that's what we're seeing here early on in this ball game.
Jason Benson, the new punter for Michigan. Corey Sargent figured that he would be the man, recruited for that, but he has a bad back. Jason Benson, however, in his first collegiate punt right now, is a junior walk-on, but has a big leg. And he's got a good kick, forcing Herschel Troutman into a fair catch call back at the 27-yard line. First down, Colorado. That was a 38-yard punt. ABC Sports presentation of college football is brought to you by the Pontiac Grand Am, built for kicks, built for keeps. By Valvoline, the #1 choice of America's top mechanics. People who know use Valvoline. By Burger King, where you can get your burger's worth. And by Circuit City, answers in every department, low prices all over the store. Today's aerial shots are being provided by the Bud One airship, reminding you that fresh beer tastes better. Yep, that's blue sky. Folks around this neck of the woods haven't seen a whole lot of that lately. From the 27, first down for the Colorado Buffaloes, who are without their starting tackle, Aaron Wade. Hessler is back to throw the ball, getting some heat, gets it off. Troutman catches but falls down. And there's an advance maybe of 2 yards.
Colorado throwing on first down, Keith. Michigan defensively doing a nice job of mixing it up. Zone, man-to-man, some blitzes, and when the front 4 only is rushing, they're doing a nice job of putting some pressure. That front 4, that's Renas 58, Williams is 91, Steele and Hall.
Second down and 8. Here they come. Pass to the sideline, thrown high and incomplete for Cheverini. Here's Swanee.
Well, Kate, the medical report on Aaron Wade is he strained the medial collateral ligaments in his left knee. Now, what they've done is they've taped up the knee, they put a brace on it. They're going to see how he feels, but right now, they're not sure whether or not he will be able to go back in the ball game. Again, strained the medial collateral ligaments in his left knee. Keith?
Ryan Bedell has gone in to replace Wade at that left guard position. Wade's a big loss for him. 3rd and 8. Option to the left. Hessler can't get around the corner. Wolverines defended that very, very well.
It's interesting call. Rick Neuheisel makes all the 3rd down calls, and he says we're not getting anything done inside or throwing. An option is a special thing to a defense. If you're blitzing, one of the things you can't stop very easily is a blitz. He tried it, and it didn't work.
Deontay Jones, a sophomore out of Pontiac. No, I'm sorry, out of Potomac, Maryland, made that tackle. So the Buffaloes are continuing to do the tango. 1-2-3 kick, and it's a low line drive, and Woodson's got a little room. Got away from one, gets a little help on the corner, caught from behind at the 35. 38-yard punt, 5-yard return.
You got to know history to be smart in this game. This is what they did last year. Look at the time of possession. Michigan dominated almost 9 more minutes. Rushing attempts, passing yardage. Michigan controlled the football. Colorado 14 penalties in the ball game. But this is where they're coming from. Michigan wants to duplicate it. Ball control.
Penalties were a problem for the Buffaloes a year ago. They had a bunch. Greasy back on first down to the sideline. Ball is caught over there by Ty Streets. number 86. And Streets will pick up 8, close to 9 yards on the play. Give you an idea of the quickness of Hannibal Davies. He was over there to make the play on Ty Streets. Colorado had 97 penalties.
The most
last year.
The most ever, Keith. They obviously were the most penalized team in the Big 12, but that's more than they've ever had at Colorado.
Chris Howard, backfield, has the ball. Crosses midfield. That's a first down for Michigan at the Colorado 46-yard line.
Well, that offensive line, Keith, albeit is young, and Zach Adamy is his returning starter that's not in there, but this young offensive line is really coming through. Zeman is 52 with a little trap. Frazier, the center, so far passing the test.
77 is John Jansen, a captain, 6'7", 299. And if you believe 299, then you believe in fairy tales, because he had breakfast. Williams in the backfield, number 33, and Clarence has a yard. That'll do it. There's nothing there for him that time as he came out of that single back posture. Here's some excitement now for the Michigan Wolverines. Number 32 has come into the lineup. His name is Anthony Thomas. He's 6'2", 229. He is a freshman from Winfield, Louisiana. And every coach to a man, their eyes just fairly glow when they talk about number 32, Thomas.
This kid could be good, Keith.
Out of the shotgun, Thomas has got it. Pressure on him. The butterflies are gone now that he's taken a lick or two as he runs it up the middle. At the conclusion of the game today, Chevrolet's most valuable players from each team. Chevrolet over the last quarter century, $6.5 million to aid students at our colleges and universities. All right, Thomas has been baptized. And back into the ball game comes Chris Floyd. It is 3rd down and 5 for Michigan. Do you like this formation? Where the quarterback gets that little bit of distance?
Oh, the shotgun?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I like it in passing situations. You can see the pass rush a lot better than when you're coming back from the snap.
We'll be back after this message and a word from our ABC station.
You did it. You're quitting smoking. That's great. Now comes your first test.
This one's gonna be brutal, folks.
But you've got Nicoderm CQ, and CQ is better at calming the morning cravings that tempt you to reach for that first cigarette. You can wear CQ 24 hours if you crave a cigarette when you first wake up. And CQ is better than Nicotrol at calming morning cravings. Nicoderm CQ, the power to calm, the power to comfort, the power to quit successfully.
Green Bay is a small town. When someone leaves here, it means something. It means the entire community's been diminished. It means an acquaintance, a neighbor, a friend has left your life forever. Most importantly, it means there's now some extra seats available for Sunday's game.
Well, it's awfully tough to get tickets from the Super Bowl champs. It's absolutely impossible with American Express. So bring your Visa card.
Go Packers.
The official card of the NFL.
We're back to Ann Arbor, Michigan Stadium. Crowds over 100,000 for the 136th consecutive time. Grass is green, the birds are singing, and everybody's happy. It is 3rd down and 5 for Michigan at the Colorado 42-yard line. And Michigan wiggling around up front. It was the tight end Tuman, I think. Jeremy got off balance. Like perhaps Brian had changed
false start
the count a bit.
5-yard penalty.
His tight end was leaning, and that backs him up 5, and now it is 3rd and 10.
Talking with A.J. Kristoff, Rick Neuheisel's defensive coordinator the other day, he was saying that what he wanted to do was stop Michigan's run. He knew what they're going to do. Stop them from keeping the ball.
They'll set on it to Hatcher. Reese's pass is right on the money, but it's off the hands of Ty Street and intercepted by Colorado's Marcus Washington. So look what I found, interception for Marcus Washington. That ball should have been caught.
Well, the ball was well thrown, but it was batted up in the air. These are the kind you have to catch. Take a look from behind the defense. You got to throw it over a couple of linebackers. Streets has to get up in the air for this one. You got to catch that ball. He had his hands together. You got to split your hands to be able to catch the ball.
Marcus Washington comes up with his second interception. He had a big one last week in the game against Colorado State, the Buffaloes.
Yes, he did.
At the 37-yard line with the first down. In the closing minutes of the first quarter of play, they run Troutman up the middle, and Herschel will pop in there for about 6 yards.
Colorado, their first 4 possessions, they didn't do a whole lot with them. They didn't have good field position. They had 3 punts and then 1 interception that set up the Michigan touchdown.
Hefner, the tight end, leaves now. Chiaverini going to the top of your picture. Savoy is the man on the near side. Hessler gives it away at the line of scrimmage. There is a massive collision between Eric Mays and Herschel Troutman, and Mays wins.
One of the things that Michigan does makes it so tough. Watch the linemen as they all go to slant. This messes up the blocking assignments. When they slant to the right, the linebackers will cover up by going in the other direction. Michigan has always been known as a slanting team, which makes it tough to run on.
Third down now and 3 for the Buffaloes. Diggers is the man at the very top, and he's a burner. They go underneath, however, and get the first down to Chris Anderson. Anderson making the catch at the Michigan 49-yard line. And voila, for the first time today, the Buffaloes are on the Wolverine side of the field. Tommy Hendricks, number 41, in there defensively for Michigan. Lloyd Carr, his 3rd year at the University of Michigan, though he joined Bo Schembechler's staff in 1980. Came out of Tennessee, 10-year-old, came to Michigan with his family. Hessler on first down, has time, passes away for Savoy, and he just lost control of the ball. He turned back to his right, did not have a handle on the ball, and threw a wounded goose.
Well, he was throwing, John was throwing, it looked like he had plenty of time. There was no rush. Savoy was running a streak, and he threw it like it was running a comeback. He threw it like he expected him to break it off at about 18 yards and then come back. It looked like right there he started to come back, and then he says, oh, I've got him beat. Let's throw the touchdown, throw the takeoff. And Hessler was throwing the comeback.
That's how important perspective is, folks. I know Big Ugly up here thinks he lost control of the ball. The quarterback said the receiver ran the wrong route.
Well, you have to have been there, I guess, to know.
Second down and 10. The first quarter is over. And you know what? Nope, they stop it at 2 seconds. Well, if we can make it through the next 2 seconds, we'll have played the first quarter in this ball game without a penalty flag. That's news.